The 1960s was one of the most exciting periods in British automotive history. Britain was changing rapidly. New motorways were opening, technology was improving, and British cars were gaining attention around the world. Luxury cars were especially important. They offered elegant styling, powerful engines, comfortable interiors, and the feeling that every journey was something special. But owning one of these cars was not always as glamorous as it looked. Behind the polished chrome, leather seats, and beautiful wood dashboards, some British luxury cars could be expensive to maintain. Repairs, servicing, fuel, and specialist parts could quickly turn ownership into a costly experience. For some owners, keeping these magnificent machines on the road required patience, money, and a very understanding mechanic. Today, we're counting down 10 British cars of the 1960s that could cost their owners a fortune to keep running. Let's begin with number 10.
Number 10. Triumph Stag. The Triumph Stag arrived in 1970, just outside our decade, but its development and reputation were closely connected to the changing world of British motoring in the late 1960s. Designed by Giovanni Michelotti, the Stag was beautiful, elegant, and sophisticated. Its long bonnet, open roof, and comfortable interior made it look like the perfect British Grand Tourer. Under the bonnet was a 3.0-liter V8 engine that promised smooth and effortless performance. Owners loved its style and relaxed character, but early Stags became famous for cooling and overheating problems. The engine could be demanding, and keeping one properly maintained required careful attention. For owners who wanted a stylish classic, the Stag could be rewarding, but ignoring its mechanical needs could become very expensive.
Number 9. Jaguar E-Type. Few British cars have ever created the excitement of the Jaguar E-Type. Introduced in 1961, the E-Type combined breathtaking styling with strong performance. Its long bonnet, flowing bodywork, and famous straight-six engine made it an instant icon. Many buyers loved the fact that they could own a car that looked like an exotic sports machine without paying the price of some European rivals. But the E-Type was not always easy to keep in perfect condition. Its complex mechanical systems, specialist components, and powerful engine could demand regular attention. Electrical problems and maintenance work could also become expensive as the car aged. For an owner willing to care for it properly, the E-Type was extraordinary. But behind that beautiful shape was a machine that could require plenty of time and money.
Number 8. Aston Martin DB6. The Aston Martin DB6 arrived in 1965 as the successor to the famous DB5. It combined elegant British styling with a powerful straight-six engine and a luxurious interior. The DB6 was built for high-speed touring, offering leather seats, beautiful wood trim, and impressive comfort. It looked every bit as expensive as it was, and maintaining one could be just as demanding. Aston Martin used sophisticated engineering and hand-built construction, meaning specialist knowledge was often important. Parts and repairs were not cheap, especially for an owner trying to keep the car in excellent condition. The DB6 was designed for people who wanted luxury and performance together, but owning one meant accepting that such craftsmanship came with a price.
Number 7. Jaguar Mark 10. When Jaguar introduced the Mark 10 in 1961, it was one of the largest and most luxurious British saloons available. Its wide body, graceful curves, and spacious interior gave it enormous road presence. Under the bonnet was Jaguar's famous straight-six engine, providing smooth power for long-distance travel. Inside, passengers enjoyed leather, wood, and plenty of space. The Mark 10 was a wonderful car for covering long distances in comfort, but its size and complexity meant there was plenty to maintain. The large engine consumed considerable fuel, while the car's mechanical and electrical systems could require careful servicing. As these cars became older, restoration and specialist repairs could become particularly expensive. The Mark 10 offered luxury on a grand scale. Unfortunately, maintaining that luxury could also come on a grand scale.
Number 6. Rover P5. The Rover P5 represented traditional British luxury at its finest. Its tall body, formal styling, chrome details, and comfortable cabin gave it a dignified appearance. Government officials, business leaders, and professionals appreciated the P5 because it offered quiet comfort rather than flashy performance. Inside were leather seats, polished wood, and a relaxed driving environment. But keeping such an old luxury car in good condition required commitment. The P5 was a substantial automobile with plenty of mechanical components that needed regular attention. Its traditional engineering could also mean more servicing than owners of modern cars would expect. Fuel costs were another consideration, especially for drivers covering long distances. The P5 was built to last, but keeping a luxury car from in this era running properly was never completely effortless.
Number 5. Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. The Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud was one of the most prestigious British cars of its time. Introduced in 1955, it remained an important luxury model through the early 1960s. Its elegant bodywork, smooth ride, and beautifully crafted interior represented the height of British motoring. Every detail was designed around comfort. But owning a Rolls-Royce was about more than simply buying the car. It was about maintaining it. The Silver Cloud contained complex mechanical systems and carefully crafted components. Servicing required knowledge, time, and often specialist attention. The large engine also consumed plenty of fuel. For wealthy owners, these costs were manageable. For anyone else, keeping a Silver Cloud in perfect condition could quickly become a serious financial commitment. The car offered extraordinary luxury, but extraordinary luxury came with extraordinary responsibility.
Number 4. Bentley S3. The Bentley S3 was another magnificent British luxury car of the early 1960s. It combined traditional craftsmanship with a powerful engine and an exceptionally comfortable ride. The cabin featured fine leather, polished wood, deep carpets, and the kind of workmanship that made every journey feel special. The Bentley also had a reputation for effortless performance, but underneath that elegance was a complicated machine. The engine, suspension, braking systems, and other mechanical components required regular servicing. Because Bentley produced cars in relatively small numbers, specialist knowledge could also be important when major repairs were needed. Fuel consumption was another unavoidable part of ownership. The S3 was never intended to be an economical car. It was designed to make long journeys feel effortless. Keeping it that way, however, could require a considerable budget.
Number 3. Jensen 541S. The Jensen 541S was one of Britain's most unusual luxury sports cars. Produced by Jensen Motors, it combined elegant styling with lightweight construction and a fiberglass body. Its advanced design made it stand out from traditional British Grand Tours. Inside, it offered a surprisingly comfortable cabin, making it suitable for long-distance travel. The car was sophisticated for its time, and sophistication often meant complexity. Because Jensen produced relatively small numbers, specialist parts and expert knowledge could be harder to find. Owners who needed major mechanical or bodywork repairs could face significant expenses. The 541S was an ambitious automobile. It showed what a small British manufacturer could achieve, but owning such an unusual machine meant accepting that keeping it running could require patience and money.
Number 2. Aston Martin DB5. The Aston Martin DB5 became one of the most famous British cars ever built. Introduced in 1963, it combined beautiful styling, strong performance, and traditional British craftsmanship. Its 4.0-liter straight-six engine gave it impressive performance, while the luxurious cabin featured leather and polished wood. The DB5 became even more famous through its association with James Bond, but beneath the glamour was an expensive machine to maintain. The engine and mechanical systems required careful servicing. Specialist parts were not cheap, and maintaining the car to a high standard could be extremely costly. As the years passed, restoration became another major expense. Today, a DB5 is worth a fortune, but even when it was new, keeping one in perfect condition was not something every owner could afford. It was a beautiful car, it was a fast car, and it could be an expensive car to love. Number 1. Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. Taking the number 1 position is the magnificent Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. Introduced in 1959, the Phantom 5 became one of the defining symbols of British luxury during the 1960s. It was enormous, elegant, and built for people who expected the very best. Inside, passengers could enjoy beautifully finished wood, leather, deep carpets, and enormous levels of comfort. The Phantom 5 was powered by a large V8 engine designed for smooth and effortless travel rather than speed. But maintaining such a machine was a serious undertaking. The car was heavy, mechanically complex, and equipped with systems designed around luxury rather than simplicity. Its large engine consumed significant amounts of fuel. Specialist servicing, replacement parts, and careful maintenance could all become expensive. For royalty, celebrities, and wealthy owners, these costs were part of the experience. For everyone else, they could be overwhelming. The Phantom 5 was not simply a car, it was a statement of wealth, craftsmanship, and status, and keeping that statement on the road required a very healthy bank account. The British cars of the 1960s represented an extraordinary period in automotive history. They were elegant, ambitious, powerful, and beautifully made, but behind the polished chrome and luxurious interiors was another story. These cars demanded attention. Some needed specialist knowledge. Others consumed large amounts of fuel, and many required expensive repairs as they grew older. Yet that is also part of what makes them fascinating today. Their imperfections did not erase their character. In fact, for many collectors, the challenge of preserving these machines